everything again to me. Think about what I say, everything hurts to me, everything you've done to me. So I sing to all of my life, and I wonder always all of my life.
34. Do you think stars have a responsibility to their fans in terms of behaviour and moral standards? None whatsoever. I don't at all. I think people should be able to look after themselves and sort out their own morals and not be guided by other people necessarily. And I would hate to think that anything that I did would lead other people to doing things slavishly because they look up to what I say and do so much, because I'm the last person you should be looking up to and taking any kind of guidance from whatsoever. And I absolutely refuse to have any responsibility whatsoever because people buy my records to them then following me in anything else that they see fit to do. Absolutely not, no. My morals are my own, scarce as they are. .35. What do you feel about fans? I feel very grateful for the people that stayed with me for a long time, through good albums and bad. Not sure why they've done it, but I'm glad they've done it nonetheless. Personally, if I was a fan of someone that put out a bad album, I'd probably stop being a fan. There's been letters have come in when I've been particularly down, and it's and it's made a difference. There's been key times when the support of fans has made a difference. Some of it has been misguided. Funnily enough, the protest that was done outside Radio 1 many years ago now actually did me a lot of harm, and kind of made sure I was never going to get on Radio 1 again. So, but it was very well intentioned, I'm sure, and so I have no bad feelings about it. When I came back from my year away, the reception I got then was just incredible, and made me feel brilliant. And again now, the way it's building now is amazing. You know, after so many years, there are of course that tiny little group that would rather, I think, keep Gary Numan as a private little club, and don't particularly welcome new fans coming into it now and say things like, "Where were you when in '92?" So there's some stupidity and some silliness going on, but it is from a tiny little group in a corner. You can sit there being miserable, as far as I'm concerned. The vast majority of fans are just amazing, and I think I have. It's often said in the press that I have an incredibly loyal group of fans, but I do believe that. 36. Do you think some fans take the idolising of rock stars too far? Undoubtedly, yes. I think it's not just my fans, I'm talking about fans in general now. I wonder if perhaps as soon as you write a fan letter, it's already gone that one step too far. I wonder if it should just be buy an album, listen to an album, go to a concert, go home from the concert, and leave it at that, and then get back on with your life. And treat me the way you would a TV programme. You turn it on, you turn it off. So I think some people do take it too far. I think to analyse concerts and to analyse albums, to spend days, weeks even, wording letters to me which just go through it, to such a degree that is, you looked into it more than I did, and I wrote the thing. I think that's taken it too far. I really do. And there's been quite a bit of that recently, unfortunately. Perhaps we're in this transition period from sort of Gary's private club to a slightly more successful level, and it's upsetting a small group of people. People camping in my garden, I thought was a bit much. People nicking my fish, I thought was a bit much. People nicking all the flowers out of my garden and leaving me with 1 acre of green stubs, I thought that was a bit much too. People saying they're going to kill me, I think that's probably taking it a bit too far. You become an important thing in people's lives, in some respects, some more than others. And some people want to let you know that. And sometimes if you let them people down because they've got this very high idea of what you're about, then they want to let you know that too. And so it can be good and bad. 37. Do you feel special compared to other people? I don't feel special as in better. I feel that I've worked very, very hard to get where I am. And I think I can remember quite clearly talking to people of my age when I was younger and being absolutely stunned at the lack of ambition, the lack of drive that they had, and their acceptance of an ordinary life. And so I think a great deal of people who have ordinary lives and now whinge about it and point fingers at people like me and say how lucky we are. Well, I was earning that luck year after year after year when I was doing nothing but writing songs and learning and struggling and trying to get to where I'm getting, when other people were going down the pub and getting drunk and just generally enjoying life at that stage. I was investing for what was going to be a better future for me. But I also think that I've taken opportunities that weren't unique to me, opportunities that come to many people during their life, and I took them, and other people haven't. And I'm still taking them, and other people aren't. And I am incredibly driven and focused on what I'm doing and where I'm going. And it makes me appear arrogant at times, which I'm not. And it makes me appear ruthless at times, which I perhaps am. And it doesn't always make me likeable, which I like to think I am. But it does mean that I'm here, talking to this microphone and being what I am. So no, I'm not special. I don't think songwriting itself is worthy of being called special. I don't think being famous, particularly, is worthy of being called special unless you've done something great to deserve it. And songwriting isn't great. But I'm different by nature of what I do. I'm different. And I think, so I'm told, I'm different because of the way I think and relate to the world. But not different in a way that's better than anybody else, just different.